Hello, my name is Margo McCaffrey, and welcome to my channel. This channel is going to be a place to talk about spirituality. Um, I think of it as a community that is collaborative, as I am still a student and still learning. I do have some ideas that I am being called to share with all of you. So hopefully you will learn something from me, but I know I will definitely learn things from you. By way of background, about me, I was raised Catholic, but I have not practiced that religion for about 30 years. About 2 years ago, I was on YouTube one night browsing, not looking for anything spiritual, not having any type of traumatic event that caused me to search for something more out of life. And I came across a Dr. Wayne Dyer podcast on what you should do before you go to sleep each night, and I listened to it. It was short. And he mentioned something about God, and that kind of maybe turned me off a little bit. But when the video was over, I remembered somewhere deep inside of me something he was talking about. I remembered it to be true. And ever since that time, I have not been able to stop reading and watching and studying spirituality. It's pulled me in, and it has never let me go. So I don't know where it came from, but I think it's here to stay. And now I'm being called to do these videos, and I don't have any experience in videotaping myself, as you can see, so hopefully it'll get better as time goes on. And I could have put it off till, I had another year of learning, or I looked better, or the video quality was better, but I know I just need to dive in and start somewhere, so here I am. A little bit about some of the other spiritual teachers I've been reading about and watching. After I spent some time reading Dr. Dyer's books and listening to his podcasts, I spent some time in the law of attraction and manifestation with Abraham Hicks. I then spent a lot of time reading Neville Goddard, listening to a lot of his lectures in the power of the imagination, which is really our consciousness, our one consciousness, the unity consciousness. And then I went and started reading the I Am discourses, which are, I think they're 22 volumes. I'm only on almost done with volume 4. They're books that are channeled through a human by the Ascended Masters. We'll get more into that as we go on. Then I spent a lot of time reading Eckhart Tolle and listening to his podcasts. And then finally, A Course in Miracles, which I've read once and I'm in the process of reading a second time. I've also listened to some Deepak Chopra and a couple other spiritual teachers online here and there. Out of all of the spiritual teachings, there comes very common themes. I was really blown away by how a lot of them all have very similar messages and underlying themes. One of which is that we are all one consciousness, that our bodies are mere communication devices, they are neutral, and our mind really controls what happens to our body while we're in this incarnation. Some of the teachings believe we come back many, many, many times until we fulfill a purpose, until we learn to be like our creator, the one consciousness, which is pure unconditional love. Many things. I don't even know if I figured it out yet, but another big theme is forgiveness. That's a big one. Actually, the main one in A Course in Miracles, which I will probably talk about a lot. It's really been an impactful book in my life. And that's all I want. I really want to just talk about that a little bit here today. I'm going to keep this video short and sweet as I start to learn how to upload videos and do that kind of things on YouTube. So, but forgiveness, according to A Course in Miracles, is the only reason we're really here on this earth. And what that entails is really not judging anyone else, not condemning anyone else, not attacking anyone else. You don't have to do anything. If somebody is behaving what we might term badly, it's usually their ego that's acting badly, not their real self being the one consciousness that we're all truly made out of, and which is eternal and which never dies. And if you can look at them and not attack them, either physically, outwardly, but also internally, mentally, and just be silent and not judge and not attack, you're not only helping them, but you're helping yourself. The text of A Course in Miracles is a very complicated text. That's why I'm reading it a second time. In it, if you're interested in finding out a little bit more about this, or a lot more about this forgiveness, I would highly recommend that book. That book was also a book that was channeled through a Columbia University professor of medical psychology back in the 1950s, I believe. Could have been the 70s, but I think it was the 50s. By Jesus. And the woman, female professor, Helen Schucman, was really not that interested in having that book channeled through her, but it really wasn't her choice. So I don't know that she ever fully practiced the Course in Miracles. I think she wasn't all that religious, maybe even have been an atheist, don't quote me on that, but certainly not the type of person that you or I might think would be the person chosen to channel a book such as A Course in Miracles. But nonetheless, that was who it was channeled through. And some really profound information in that text, if you can stick with it and get through it. But that theme of forgiveness, about not attacking, not judging, not condemning our society, it's everywhere. I have 3 daughters, and the social media, it's just unbelievable with the condemning and the judging and the keeping up. And I think it's time that we all kind of step back and say, what are we doing to each other? If we're really all one consciousness, when we attack someone else, we're really just attacking ourselves. And that's what I think we really need to think about today. I'm just going to leave it at that really brief. If you can take some time and just start with that. You don't have to say anything. You just think with your mind. I'm not going to judge them. I'm not going to attack them. I'm not going to condemn them. If they're behaving badly, just remember that it's their ego talking. It's not truly who they are, which is one like you are, one consciousness, unconditional love. And just be silent. And don't judge with your mind, because your mind is very powerful. It's the most powerful thing in the universe. So your thoughts create form. Your thoughts create reality. So you don't have to physically attack them or verbally attack them in order to really attack them. You can attack them with the thoughts in your mind. So I will leave you tonight with that one short lesson. There's so many lessons and so much more complicated things to talk about, but I don't want to make it complicated tonight. I just wanted to start there. Just try not to judge, try not to attack, try not to condemn, realizing that when you do that, you're attacking yourself, because we are all one consciousness. We were one consciousness before we came into these bodies, and we will be one consciousness again when we leave these bodies. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining me on my first post. I'll see you again soon. Bye.